There's a big theme for you. It runs through your book, it runs through a lot of your comments today, and that's culture change. A lot of CEOs at Davos talk about culture change. You've made it pretty central in your 5 years at Microsoft, and I think it's widely seen that you have really changed the culture in some ways. Can you give us three concrete examples of things you did that you really see playing out on the ground in ways that have been transformative?
I innately recognize one thing, which is as a mere mortal CEO, taking over from Steve, who may not have been a founder but had founder status, and obviously after Bill and Steve, for them, culture and mission were all implicit. After all, they created Microsoft. They grew it from nothing to what it had become. So I realized that, there's no way I'm going to fill those shoes, and I needed to make both that sense of purpose and mission and culture something that was first class, that I talked about. Everyone inside the company were having a conversation about these two things.
But also yours. I mean, you had to respect theirs, but make it yours.
That is correct. And the thing that we picked, so one of the things, I went on this big quest of what should be the handle. Like, everybody, how should we even make this conversation first class? How do we even create a meme around which we can bring people together? So, in fact, it was my wife who introduced me to this book called Mindset by Carol Dweck, which I'd read maybe multiple years before I became CEO, more in the context of our children's education. And therein, she captures what to me is one of the biggest insights in life, which is to say, take two kids in school. One of them has a lot of innate capability, and the other one has less innate capability. But the person who has less innate capability is a learn-it-all, and the person who has more innate capability is a know-it-all. We know how that story ends. The learn-it-all does better than the know-it-all. And I said, God, this is powerful. This applies to me as much as anybody else. And so I said, I got to become a learn-it-all. And I said, then, well, it applies to us as a company. So we took this growth mindset meme and adopted it. And we put some real structure. There is things around inclusivity and.
Do you have mandatory training on some of these things that you had?
So we adopted it, but I'll come to the real crux of it. And we have customer obsession and diversity and inclusion, and One Microsoft is the three pillars, and there's training, and all of us go through it. But I don't think if this would have worked if it was considered new dogma from a new CEO. If it was all about me somehow having read one book and sprung it on people, then I think it would have gotten rejected. I think the reason why it has picked up steam and it's grounded is twofold. One is we framed it not as sort of a one-time transformation, but a continuous process of renewal. Sometimes even people come at Microsoft to me and say, Satya, we found the 5 people who don't have a growth mindset. And I say, look, that's not the point. The point is for me to confront my fixed mindset and be comfortable in that every day. And so that's helped because we never sort of claim victory, and it's about individuals pushing themselves. The second thing, though, is I think it speaks to us as human beings. It's, again, as I said, not corporate dogma. It makes us better parents. It makes us better co-workers. It makes us better leaders. So it speaks to, I think, what is all of us seek in life. And that's the reason why I think that cultural transformation, at least at Microsoft, seems to be working